Everyone, my name is TJ Johnson, and I teach first grade at Lewis and Clark Elementary at Liberty Public Schools. This is my second year of teaching. Um, Really, it's my third. I picked up a gig 2 weeks before COVID really hit this area, and so I had my kids, and then for about 2 weeks, and then they went home for spring break and never came back. So, a little bit about me. I'm from Excelsior Springs, Missouri, a little small town about 40 minutes outside of Kansas City. A little bit of background. My family, I've got an older brother who's a firefighter here in Liberty, and a younger sister who is studying education at Missouri State University, and my mom and dad. So, in the next 5 years, I'm hoping to see myself probably still teaching. Since I'm only in year 2.5, only having 7 years of experience, I need a little bit more clout than that. To be completely real with you, I want to have just the experience of knowing what I'm doing, and then also the respect of my future teachers who will also respect what I say, because they're going to say, yeah, you get it. You're doing what we do too. So, or you've done what we've done too. So really I want to stick to teaching for maybe hopefully 10 years and then be an administrator somewhere. Doesn't have to be here in Liberty, it could be anywhere. So I just want to make a difference. The class that was most memorable was my 5th grade class. Mrs. Nordstrom, she's probably the reason I'm teaching today, was always my inspiration. I moved into Excelsior Springs after my family had left for about 8 months, just as short, and I felt so weird leaving my hometown and then coming back to my hometown and feeling like the new kid, and she made me feel loved and like I was welcome, part of the family, immediately. And so I promised that I would be able to give that to my kids too. So we used to have a sticky tack museum in the class where she had a big old box of sticky tack, and it was her first year teaching, so bless her heart. I mean, come on. And what we'd do is we'd like stretch out the sticky tack, we'd color it with a marker, and then we kind of mix it up and we make all these different colored sticky tacks, and we'd form like models like we were building with clay, but instead it was sticky tack, and we put them in a little windowsill to model to all the other classes to look at. So one of my favorite things from the letter to a new principal was the principal's quote. Let me find it. Bite off your tongue before you consider telling a lie. Period. Pretty simple. I'm a firm believer in this. Instead of talking out of your butt, just don't say. Like, don't make up stuff. If you're a Yellowstone fan, John Dutton once said that a lie is like a callus on your heart. And that's something that's stuck with me since I've heard that quote in the show. And then he talks about how you get enough calluses on your heart and you stop feeling things at, total. So that was something that I stick to in teaching as well. Is if I'm in conferences, I'm just going to tell you what's going on. And parents honestly respect that way more than me just telling them a bunch of baloney. So, and the other thing that also stood out to me was first impressions. I'm a firm believer that every day is an interview. So how you present yourself, whether that's your clothes, your attitude, what you're saying, how personable you are, there's always a better job somewhere. And someone's always willing to offer a new job to someone who they really like. So, yeah, I would say that would be my takeaways from that. Finally, for my capstone, my goal is I've been assessing our phonics program through Orton Gillingham. It's a style of teaching when it comes to phonics and reading and writing. Through IMSC is the company. But really, we've implemented that this year, and so we're going to be checking the assessment and seeing the impact on it throughout the rest of the year and how it impacts our reading scores. So that's where I'm at when it comes to my capstone. I look forward to working alongside you all. I'm thankful you all are my colleagues, and go Bearcats.